Hey everyone, this is BluJay. Welcome to my 15th episode of my playthrough of Mass Effect. In the last episode, we rescued Dr. Liara Tassoni from some Prothean ruins that she was investigating. And we will need her help and the help of her mother, Matriarch Benezia, who's... You know what? I'm way too lazy to sum up the entire story right now. But basically, we're after Saren, and there's a couple things we have to do, including rescuing Dr. Tassoni, and we've just rescued her. And we just got back to the ship, and I'm sure the crew members have a lot of new things to talk about, so we're gonna go through them first, and then we're gonna go through either some side quests or maybe the next story quest, whichever one I feel like doing. Let's see what Navigator Presley has to say.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Well, they're on our side
now,
now,
aren't we? We're all on the
they?
same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
I mean, it's not like we killed Nihilus. I mean, Nihilus didn't do anything against us.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop it. We don't need their help.
I mean, this is not just our problem. This is a problem for Turians, too. I mean, it's damaging their reputation.
This is bigger than humanity. Saren's a threat to every species in the galaxy, and I'll welcome anyone who wants to help me bring him down.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
It's alright.
How did you end up assigned to the
Oh,
North?
crap.
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
And now you're
How'd you
here.
end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Anyway, we should
Yes,
keep
sir.
going. Let's see if Joker has anything to say over here. Wait, I saw a head load monitor? Let's see. We have Joker over
I
here.
prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
Earning medals is hard. You don't deserve one. I'm kidding. You sure you want that? Actually, that's not why I'm here.
I want to talk about something else.
Oh, I get it. It's supposed to be a surprise. Don't worry. When they pin it on my chest, I'll pretend I had no idea it was coming.
Sure.
So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I think we've already covered all this at one point, right?
Why does everyone call you Joker?
Because Batman.
It's a lot
Okay.
shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Yeah.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker.
Oh yeah, we've been
Stuck.
through this entire conversation.
to
I'm
go.
not gonna waste your guys' time with this. Let's see. Let's talk to Liara. I'm not really sure where she is, but we'll speak to her because she's the newest addition to our crew. So I don't really check out how she's doing. Where is there's Caden. You have something to say now, or is it the same old? This guy always has sweat on his forehead whenever I walk up to him.
Anything you need, Commander?
Looking for personal input.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Just speak your mind.
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informed. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
What did they train you for?
tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry,
Brain
whole thing
camp?
was unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled.
That sounds like a really harsh,
There are worse results
nice
than
way of
accidental
saying.
exposure to element zero. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Do you, wow. Do you think? I don't think that was
There's
accidental.
some question about how you were exposed.
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
What's Jump Zero?
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination chart, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the
Sounds
Chase
far
FDL
away.
research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
What about friends?
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like in a place like that, it's
We did
tough
have
to
a
be
little circle
alone.
that'd get together every night before lights out.
Aw, see,
We didn't
he
know
has
what to do.
friends.
It was a research platform, and kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Is the extranet some kind of like intergalactic internet? Wonder if they have alien porn on it. That'd be cool. No, I'm kidding. That's weird. Tied to get physical then? That sounds so wrong. Okay, I mean, I got nothing against, you know, the whole LGBT thing, but I'm totally straight, so intentional
You know of
exposures.
any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything kinetics did was gold.
Who is kinetics though? That's what I
I'm
don't
not saying
understand.
they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Hmm. Well, sounds rough. Go on.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Well, you can talk to me if you need
Malenko,
to.
there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner.
Hey, everyone's got their problems.
I've got my past squared away.
Alright, fair enough. Let's see what else we got. Okay, can we speak to, what's her name? Dr. Chocolates? Oh. Got a med gel. And let's speak
Yes,
to her.
Commander? Is there something you need?
Do we need to speak about anything? No, I think
I
all
should
this
go.
is the same
Goodbye,
thing.
Commander.
Anyone back here? Oh, hey, Liara's right there. Okay. What's up?
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Well, yeah, you just kind of had a life near-death experience over
You
there.
look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Well, she's the best.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
See, he pronounces it
I never
correctly.
properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
Hey, don't mention
I'm
it.
just glad we got there in time.
so am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Venezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
We'll see. No. I know she will.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
Hopefully she
It means a lot
doesn't.
to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
But... yeah, I suppose there's no harm in getting to know her better.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
But that's cool. That's basically alien archaeology. I mean, it's like if she was a little more, I don't know, badass, she'd be like an alien Indiana Jones. Do you know how cool that would be? Besides, archaeology is a fascinating subject all on its own. But do you like it? I don't know. It does sound like lonely though. She's on remote
Sounds
digs.
dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I need my me time too sometimes.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
No, I mean, she seems to really like it. I mean, you decide your own future for yourself, not what your mommy wants.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part
I
of
actually
growing
never
up.
rebelled that much against my parents.
You share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything.
Yeah, if I was in her shoes, I would
That's why
totally
I
understand
find you
that.
so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Don't try to study me. Well, I ain't gonna complain if you know what I mean.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard.
It's
I
good.
only meant that you would be
No,
an
it's
interesting
a
specimen for
joke.
an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Relax,
Calm down,
jeez.
Leora. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool.
No.
Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people.
I don't know.
Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
No, I'm gonna bring if this was a real life conversation, I'm pretty sure we would get along well, and I'd be like bringing this up to make her feel awkward every 5 seconds. But let's talk about Benezia.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
Maybe she's just evil. I don't want to say that. That's her mom. You know, even if she didn't agree with him, I don't want to say that.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her. And this was not like her. Something changed.
What about Asari culture?
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we
It's a
seek
good
to
mindset.
understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
What rumors could they be? I mean, I don't really. They're the ones who basically created all of this.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still
Okay.
require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
That's disgusting. No, oh my gosh, man. Just seriously, I have to choose this during my renegade run and see what they say. But how is
I
that
don't
possible?
understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved. But it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
Wait, hold on a second. She just said it was monogendered, so male and female have no real meaning. And yet she said we then pass these traits on to our daughters? I mean, like, wouldn't offspring be a bit? I don't know. What about the other parent?
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Wait, what about the age
You
difference?
Asari lived for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them.
That's a good,
And
that's,
even
yeah.
after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
So, who was... I feel like mating is like a really personal thing for them. I don't really know why, but I'll ask anyway.
Do you know who Matriarch Venezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
But you don't know who?
Venezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common. Not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained. Or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood.
So are other Asari muggles? Ha?
That is
No.
a great insult.
Harry Potter reference, sorry.
It is possible Venezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
She was embarrassed? That's so dumb, though. But that is terrible. Then why'd she do... I'm not gonna ask why she did. People do crazy things when they're... I don't know. When they're in love or just plain horny, but... that is terrible either way.
How could anyone abandon their own child?
I cannot answer that. This is all speculation on my part. It is possible she wanted to be part of my life, but something happened to her before she had the chance. Venezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
I do want to ask about the rest of those questions, though, so I'm just gonna skip through this.
Spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term,
You can do that?
was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to
Oh, it
serve
just
as-
covers
Think
this.
about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is...
Yeah, it's the
Asari
same
daughter-
thing.
It is possible Venezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to...
You don't know
acknowledge me
that.
as her
Maybe she wanted to meet you, but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Venezia never spoke...
Yeah, let's skip this
Many
part.
Asari raise their children alone, particularly...
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Alright, I have spent a lot of time speaking to Liara, so let's go check out the other team crew members, not teammates. I've been playing way too much Overwatch lately. I think this episode is probably just going to be dedicated to crew interactions. We need elevator music in here. I wonder if we could get Joker or someone to install that. Here's Rex. Go.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
Yeah, we do.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core.
More like skilled.
I could tell as soon as I met him.
Did you know Saren
Why didn't you
before
tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
No, fair enough.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus system. Said it paid well, the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
So they recruited you?
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits.
Okay.
That's when I saw him.
What was he doing?
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about it, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What was the cargo on the ship?
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
What about the ship
Whose
itself?
ship was it?
It was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
I don't want to say that's it. It makes the story sound stupid.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Like, hold on. Like, all of them died just because?
So long, Rex.
Like, does he know they were connected to Saren? Because being a mercenary, especially in the galaxy, seems to be pretty tough.
Commander, you have a minute to talk?
No. Yeah, sure.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex.
The guys who go out with me every time.
Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Why? Because they're not Alliance?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy.
Yeah, but this was also built with Turian tech.
To poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You know that this ship was built on, like, Turian and human technology, right? They probably already know what's in this ship. At least Vicarian probably does. Maybe not the rest of them. But you don't trust aliens?
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Yeah, but we still need
Standing up for
allies.
ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
Exactly.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies.
True enough.
As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Well, not necessarily, but I'm pretty sure they will. I mean, I don't think they will, though. I wish there was a maybe option, because it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like we should be able to take care of ourselves, but we shouldn't just say no, so I'll take the middle option.
I don't see that as inevitable.
Look, if you're fighting a bear, and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
Well, yeah, but that's a given. I mean, what if humans get someone on the council, then won't humans feel the same way?
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
Just shut up. Not kidding. I understand your feelings. I mean, let's talk about the rest of it. The military family.
I come from a military family too. My parents were both Navy. Anybody in your family we might know?
Couldn't say, Commander. We probably have a lot in common. You join up to carry on the tradition?
Yeah, to protect, I guess.
Mainly I wanted to serve. Protect the Alliance,
Yeah.
save lives, you know.
Glad to hear it. I'd hate to think you were out here for a free college education.
Let's talk about your
It
service.
doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, sir. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
It's cool. Just one rotation, though? I mean, still. I don't know. She's good. I mean, I guess she does deserve better.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
Well, I mean, I get how she feels. I'm tied between these two options. I mean, you have to work with them. This is, you know what? I'm gonna take a firm hand with this. You have to work with them. They're our allies, and for the greater good, you know, we have to work. At least try to work with them.
All right. I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're going to have to work with aliens, like it or not.
That's perfectly the way I'd put it.
Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
What about me? Wow, that's... I could never say that to a girl in real life. Oh my gosh. I'd be very, very hesitant, because I'm socially awkward as is. But I appreciate it.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
Alright. Anyway.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I'd buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I mean, I believe her, I guess, but...
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least, I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it.
Exactly.
Want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
Really, don't be mean. I mean, that's none of our business.
That's between you and her.
Scuttlebutt says otherwise.
Who's
Too
Scuttlebutt?
bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Oh,
What's your
crap.
opinion on the
Not
last
sure
Crap.
I'd buy Dr. Tassoni's story.
Oh, I can take to the other
Not
options.
talking.
Not everyone has a happy family life.
I know, but I'm not gonna bet she's on our side just because Benezia didn't hug her enough. Well, too bad those ruins got destroyed. They
Yeah.
lasted
We'll
thousands.
talk later.
Looking
We'll talk
forward to
later.
it, sir.
Alright, let's speak to... there's our boy Garrus.
Command, how are you?
You and
Why
C-Sec.
did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first
That's
place?
so awkward.
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
I mean, you just walk up to somebody and go, why did you choose your job? I mean, that's just so awkward and I don't know.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice. I wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it, too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the bids after a big arrest. He's taken my resignation pretty hard.
Yeah, it must really suck. I mean, I kind of know what that's like, too, because, you know, having to live up to your dad's or mom's reputation, I really understand that.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Sarah.
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Sarah. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
He was gonna be a Spectre? Holy crap. You know what? That's like 3 people now, including myself. There's me, Captain Anderson, now Garrus?
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power, no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Typical. Nah. Oh well, that's too bad, I
Not all
suppose.
Spectres are like Sarah, you know.
That's
Of course
true.
not.
But Saren's not going to play by our rules. C-Sex rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone
That
who
sounds
isn't
so
restricted
wrong.
by policies and procedures.
Who is it restricted? Well, I mean, you want to get nail Saren. Damn it, it sounds so wrong. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures. I wouldn't say that's not true, but I don't know. I'd say no.
Don't get caught up in the details, Garrus. We'll find him and then we'll stop him. That's all you need to know.
Good point.
Because to be honest, I mean, you need somebody with at least a certain amount of power, I guess, to be able to take down someone like Saren. Like, you cannot follow all the rules perfectly, because I'm pretty sure most of the rules wouldn't cover everything you're gonna see out there, you know?
Looking for supplies?
Let's browse what he's got.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, man.
Look at all this stuff that I can't afford. I'm assuming all this is probably much better than mine. No, actually, mine is slightly better. I don't want none of that. How about a sniper rifle? No, my sniper rifle's better too. Biotic. Oh, I don't have a biotic amp. Nah, but a Scorpio. This is actually pretty good. Oh no, that costs too much. Forget that. I'll probably find better armor later on. I want to save up as much money as I can, because I know there's some really expensive end game stuff that we could look at later. Let's type speak to Engineer Adams.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Seems like he's got nothing special to say. Let's talk to Tali.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
She sounds upset. You alright? Like I need this.
Are you
I cannot
okay?
wait for my renegade run. I have to see all these
I
answers.
don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place.
Is it because she's the only
It
Quarian?
runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
I mean, it's too quiet to sleep? I mean, I can kind of understand that. I feel a little weird too if there's like absolutely no noise.
Silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down.
Wow.
I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard.
Well,
But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
well, like they say, you know, you only appreciate what you got once you don't have it anymore. But I guess she sounded a little homesick.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
But you're going back though, right?
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
That's true. Anyway, we should probably get going.
See you later.
Is there anyone else we forgot to speak to? Because I think this is about it. We don't have anyone else to speak to. But that should be it. Right? I mean, this... trying to think. We spoke to Liara, we spoke to Rex, we spoke to Garrus, we spoke to Ashley, we spoke to Caden. I think that's it. That is all we have to speak to, right? I mean, it's back here again. Oh, these are my quarters. Never mind. I think this is it, because if so, I think I'll just wrap up this video really fast, because we're about to reach 35 minutes here. Is there anything upstairs I need to be concerned about? on. Getting Presley. That's, of course, the meeting room over there. Not in here. Oh, the Cisco's back downstairs. Alright then. This took a lot longer than I thought it would, but I think I'll start the other quests next episode. No, I don't want to talk to you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I'll probably just start the side quests or main missions, or let's see what side quests and all we have actually. We have to go to Pharos, Novaria, and any other assignments that we have to go through. There's the Asari Diplomacy, Asari Writings, Turian Insignias, Citadel, the Fan, Prothean Day. Okay. Basically, we need to go to 2 places. I think we will take care of these side quests maybe next episode, and then we'll move on to the regular missions in Novaria or Pharos, one of the 2. But for now, I'm going to wrap up this video. As always, if you like what you see, hit like and subscribe. And be sure to check out my Facebook and Twitter page. They're both in the description below. And I will see you guys next time.